Hello, HIN 620. This is Chapter 2. This is mostly about going through MySQL Workbench and looking at the development environment, see what it has to offer. Many of these things you've already found already by doing the chapters 10 through 12. So let's just take a look at some of the things that it has to offer, and I'll tell you that as someone who's used these products for many years, you never are at a lack for finding something new that you didn't know about. And one of the cool things I found today that you might have already noticed is the buttons on the upper right over here, which allow you to adjust what you're looking at on the screen. So if I click that, everything on the left goes away and I get a bigger area here. But if I say, wait a second, I want it back again, it comes back again. And the output can either be hidden or not. And I think that's really cool. That's a great way to do it rather than having to drag things back and forth and that sort of stuff. One of the other things I wanted to show you was the snippets that are mentioned in the book. I prefer to call them templates because it's basically just something that you can use over and over for different reasons. This is just kind of a silly example of selecting star from vendors, and say you wanted to use that over and over again, and maybe you just want to just select and then nothing, and you want to fill that in at some time and make that a snippet. So you can do that by choosing this button here that says save in current to the currently selected list, which is my snippet, and you can name it for whatever you want, and there it is. And if you opened up a new tab and you wanted to use that, you would just say insert it at cursor, and there you go. And I think that could be useful for other situations, like if you were doing many queries, similar queries on the same table or something like that. But that's just something to keep in the back of your mind that might come in handy. I figured that there's only most of the exercises are pretty simple, just kind of using the navigator window and stuff like that. I just thought I'd show you one of the errors to show you again how errors are looked at and dealt with. So if we say select vendor name from vendors, that works fine. But then if we say take off the E, this is exercise 8, you get an error down here that says basically all of that stuff. So if we select the row, first by selecting it, and then say copy the row, you can copy all of the information from that row, and I'm just putting it in here so we can all see it. And it says unknown column vendor nam. And then you can look up here and say, oh, okay, that's why. It's because I forgot the E. And also you can just copy the response, which is simply the error code. And sometimes that's good for just copying that and then Googling the error to figure out what you need to fix it. And that's really about it for Chapter 2. Again, it's just kind of playing around with it, find some new things, and find some nice shortcuts that'll save you time in the future. Okay, on to Chapter 3.